The following is a live, very special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And you'll see me in a moment because I messed up something. I'm that button. Hi there, I'm Ron Juckett, and welcome to the World Series. And I hope over the next 9 days or so, take away a couple, that we're going to have some championship quality baseball for you. The Texas Rangers are here. They are the surprise winners of the American League. They beat the New York Yankees in 5 stunning games, including beating up on Mr. Ron Guidry in Game 5. Bobby Bonds, the hero, a 3-run shot in the first, 1 later on in the game. The Rangers deserve to be here. John Matlack got the win. You will see him in Texas for Game 3. You will see Ferguson Jenkins on the hill tonight for the Texas Rangers, and he will face Don Sutton as the Los Angeles Dodgers somehow got through. They split the first 2 games in Philadelphia, the Dodgers did. In fact, it was their Game 1 win with Bert Hooton that pretty much propelled the rest of the series. When it mattered, it was Happy Hooton again. The Phillies couldn't get much of anything off of the Dodgers in that series. The Dodgers are ready to go and claim the world championship they did not win in real life 42 years ago. So it's the Dodgers and the Rangers. And just in case you think that Cinderella might be rooting for anybody here, both teams won 94 games. The Dodgers underperformed by a game. They won 95 in the real year. And the Rangers won 7 more than they did in real life. So how about that? Hello, Al Red Sox fan. So here we go. It is the World Series. And so we'll play Game 1 tonight, Game 2 tomorrow at noon Eastern, and then we'll take the day off. The scene will switch to Texas. Game 3 will be Friday night, Game 4 Saturday afternoon, and Game 5 Sunday night. The night games at 8 Eastern, the day games at noon Eastern. You ready? I think it's time for some World Series action, don't you? As Retro Sports Network proudly presents the 1978 World Series, the 75th edition of the Fall Classic. Tonight from Dodger Stadium, it's Game 1 between the American League champion Texas Rangers and the National League champion Los Angeles Dodgers. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. All right, as Don Sutton takes his warm-up tosses, we will tell you that we are playing with a DH here for the series because that's what they use. So Lee Lacy gets the call for the Dodgers and Richie Zisk, of course, for the Rangers. And, yep, well, poor Yanks, hey, if Ron Guidry couldn't get it done, they had plenty of chances, and Guidry just didn't do it. give up a 3-run homer, and that will do it for you, and the Rangers won. But you don't have to worry about who you're rooting for. Put the sneakers away. You're a Dodger fan all the way. It is a gorgeous night here in Los Angeles. This 10th day of October was a Tuesday, and that's when this game is being played. 75 degrees. Skies are clear, winds are calm, and if you're on the 405 or the 710 or the Golden State or the Oogie Boogie, shame on you. You should be here at Dodger Stadium. Don Sutton taking his warm-up tosses. He went 17 and 14 in the replay. Did not include his playoff stats against the Phillies here with an ERA of 3.85. He would be the freshest pitcher coming off the Dodgers' 5-game win over the Philadelphia Phillies. Fastball pitcher at 86 and a flyball pitcher. 261 and 2/3 innings in the replay. 240 hits, 33 homers. He walked 63 and struck out 173. And this will be the lineup that the Rangers will send to the World Series. Mike Hargrove, who started Game 5 with a hit the other night, will lead off at first base. Bump Wills will bat second and play second. He's got speed, and that's going to be crucial if the Rangers are going to go far here. Al Oliver has played a few games at Dodger Stadium as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's in left field. He'll bat third. Bobby Bonds, who will be in Cleveland by the time that spring training rolls around in 1979. Right now, he's the big hero. His 2 home runs in Game 5 are the reason why the Rangers partied all night. On their flight across the country, he's in right field. Richie Zisk is the DH. He'll bat 5th. Jim Sundberg behind the plate. It'll be his job to keep the Dodgers in check on the bases. He'll catch and bat 6th. Toby Harrah will bat 7th and play 3rd. Juan Beniquez in center will bat 8th. Bert Campaneris, who had a very good series against the Yankees, will play short and bat 9th. And on the hill, the former Philadelphia Philly and Chicago Cub, Ferguson Jenkins. Quite sure I didn't use the 14-year-old. So here's how the Dodgers will line up defensively. Dusty Baker a 7 and a 4 in left. Rick Monday gets a start in Game 1. He's a 4 and a 3 in center. Reggie Smith is a 5 and an 8 in right. Ronnie Say is a 7 at third. Bill Russell an 8 at short. Davey Lopes a 10 at second. Steve Garvey, high karate himself, is a 9 at first. Yeager, who might play most of this series, is a 7 and an 8 behind the plate, and Sutton is an 8 on the mound. Very good young local band played the national anthem before the start. Van Halen. Their guitarist, I hear, is of note, Eddie, and I hear he has the hots for Valerie Bertinelli. And so they did the national anthem with David Lee Roth before Game 1. Can't play it for you because YouTube will, do things with it. So here we go. Mike Hargrove, 280 in the replay, 10 homers, 68 RBI. Don Sutton. Yep, rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. Don Sutton is ready. Mike Hargrove is ready. The Rangers are set for the computer, and we are set to go. The World Series starts with a ground ball to Lopes over to Garvey, 1 out. So Chamber of Commerce evening, 5:13 Pacific time as we get started here. Shadows, of course, will play an effect, especially along for Monday and Smith in right field. Bump Wills, 234, 13 homers, 52 RBI, and a 78 replay. And Manis, he got speed. Torched the Yankees for several stolen bases. Garvey and Say for the bunt. Pitch to Wills is a fly ball to right. Reggie's in the corner. And somebody from San Pedro makes that catch, and the count is 0-2. Oh, wait, he made the catch. How about that? Did a little bit better than just getting in there, and the guy from San Pedro was nice enough to let Mr. Smith make the catch. So 2 out for Oliver. 322, 16 homers, 90 RBI. Oh, fudgicles. I put the wrong pitcher in for Texas. So we're going to take a break because we got the wrong guy going. We'll be back in a moment. It's supposed to be Ferguson Jenkins. Not John Matlack for the Rangers. So watch my head while I do this. One team done. You didn't miss anything. Oops, third base. Oops. How the hell did I do that? Oh, come on. It didn't give me a DH. Ah! Exciting stuff, I know. Well, this is the 4th time I've tried to set this up now. Alright, so let me explain what happened because there really was no delay between Texas going out to New York, from New York to Los Angeles. John Matlack technically pitched yesterday. I set up another league so you get all the stats from where it was, and so it would keep all the World Series stuff separate and all that. And I looked down and realized that John Matlack was set to pitch for Texas. I put the wrong pitcher in. So it's all my fault. So we'll restart this. I won't do the lineups and that all again. So we'll restart that for the Dodgers. But that's what it was that I had the wrong pitcher for Texas on the mound. And so it should be Ferguson Jenkins. You get John Matlack in Game 3 in Arlington. So we'll replay. The weather's better. It's 81 degrees and the wind's blowing out the center field. So we did all the lineups, and now let's just get right to the new game, shall we? Always good to have a mistake when you're going at it. So, again, Mike Hargrove steps in. We did the Eddie Van Halen thing and all that. So Sutton gets ready to start. Warmed up a little bit since we started. And the first pitch of the World Series is a fly ball to center field. Monday's there, 1 out. And that's how we really get these things going. So that's what it was. Catch that now. All right, so 1 out for Wills, 234, 13 homers, 52 RBI. The Dodgers had a day off before the World Series. In real life, they had 2, but they only had 1 day off because they finished on Sunday, Game 5. How you doing, Glenn? Yeah, you made the opening pitch because Ron screwed up. They finished on Sunday, their Game 5, and Texas finished on Monday, their Game 5. And because we don't go against Monday Night Football for any reason, Game 1 of the World Series started on a Tuesday. So here's Wills. Sutton's pitch is a ground ball to Lopes, and that got past Davey. And Wills will go to second. So that hit off the glove. Who threw out the first pitch? Well, who would have thrown out the first pitch? Couldn't be Don Drysdale. It worked for the network. It was Koufax O'Malley. Well, Vin Scully threw out the first pitch. How about that? So Wills is on second with the error. Here's Oliver. 322, 16 home runs and 90 RBI. Of course I would. But throwing it out after you would throw it anyway. Pitch to Oliver. There's a ground ball to Garvey. Takes it to the bag himself, and Wills will go to third. Remember, errors really hobbled the Dodgers and Phillies in their series, while the Rangers and Yankees played something that was Mr. Clean. All right, here's the Yankee killer, Bobby Bonds, 267, 27 homers, and 89 RBI. But with the Rangers, Van Halen did the national anthem tonight. So runner on third and 2 out for Bobby Bonds. Pitch from Sutton, struck him out. He got him looking on a 1-2 breaking ball, and that will retire the side. Really, Texas is okay. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. So Ferguson Jenkins made 30 starts on the replay. He went 15-11. He won his Game 2 start in the ALCS. He is a fastball pitcher at 86 and a standard pitcher. An ERA of 3.34. 255 and 2/3 innings. 259 hits. He allowed 30 homers, which is big because the Dodgers do have power. 43 walks and 174 strikeouts. And here's how the Dodgers line up for Game 1. Davey Lopes is batting leadoff and hitting and playing second base. Bill Russell at short will bat second. Ron Cey, the Penguin, will play third and hit third. Steve Garvey sniffing up all the girls at first baseman, cleaning up. More ways than one. Reggie Smith in right field will bat fifth. Dusty Baker in left will hit sixth. Lee Lacy, and I had to find a picture of Lee. will be the DH. He'll bat 7th. Remember, even number years in this era, the DH was there, even in National League parks. Rick Monday gets the call in center field tonight. He'll bat 8th. If the Dodgers struggle, you'll see Billy North. Yes. Well, no, I think it's the other way around. Joe pulled a Garvey. Steve Yeager will catch and bat 9th. And Don Sutton is on the mound for the Dodgers. So Lopes is ready. Infield playing back. 292, 23 homers, and 73 RBI. And, of course, Jenkins has a lot of experience here at Dodger Stadium with all of his time with the Phillies and the Cubs. Pitch to Lopes is a fly ball to center. Beniquez, a 9-7, makes a good play. Went back to the track and made a diving catch. Al Oliver, a 5-7, and left. He also played defense here at Dodger Stadium as a member of the Pirates. Juan Beniquez is a 9-7. He is in center. Bobby Bonds pretty much played for everybody. He's a 7 and an 8 in right. Toby Harrah is a 5 at third. This is his first trip to Dodger Stadium. Bert Campaneris played here in the 74 World Series. He's an 8 at short. Bump Wills, well, he grew up around here. His dad, of course, is Maury. He's a 7 at second. Mike Hargrove, an 8 at first, as you hear the ambulance behind me. I don't think Hargrove ever played here. And Jim Sundberg, a 10 and a 9 behind the plate. Ferguson Jenkins, an 8 on the mound with a 986 fielding percentage. I think Cott deserves to be in. Russell, 275, 3 homers, and 60 RBI. Pitch from Jenkins is a ground ball to Campy over to first, 2 out. So we're off like a herd of thunder and turtles in this replay. Here's Say, 249, but 27 homers and 87 RBI. No score, bottom of the first, game 1 of the 78 series. Pitch to Say. Here's a ground ball to Campaneris. Backhands it over to Hargrove, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the second, no score. So Sutton with a 9-pitch first. Here's Zisk, 274 in the 78 replay regular season. 24 homers and 90 RBI. We shut off rain outs. So every game will go 9 innings. It don't rain in L.A. But when it pours, Mark, man, it pours. Pitch to Zisk. Here's a pop-up. Lopes by the bag at second, 1 out. Here's Sundberg. 278, 4 homers, and 48 RBI. Bob Welch will go tomorrow, by the way, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific for the Dodgers. And Doyle Alexander will pitch for the Rangers. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, right here on Retro Sports Network. Game 3, John Matlack and Bert Hooton. Game 4 starters, it'll probably be Doc Ellis for the Rangers. That game, of course, will be in Texas. And the Dodgers catch as catch can. Thunder only happens when it's raining, according to Fleetwood Mac. Did you know? Pitch to Sundberg. Here's a ground ball to Lopes over to Garvey. That'll have to wait a moment. So the Rangers go... Nope, there's 2 out. That the song Tusk was recorded right here at Dodger Stadium with the USC marching band taking part. True story. Toby Harrah, 238, 13 homers, and 58 RBI. Pitch to Harrah is popped up left side. That's a rainmaker. Russell on the grass, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We played an inning and a half of game 1, no score. Well, I'm glad you're confident that the Rangers are going to win the World Series, Lorenzo. Yep, you set me up for that, Todd. Here's Garvey, 306, 17 homers, and 105 RBI. What a year for Steve. Yep, the SC Marching Band is good. Pitch to Garvey. Ground liner foul. And again, somebody from San Pedro made that catch. So the count to Garvey is 0-2. Jenkins is ready in the left field, but that will stay in the yard. Oliver is there for the out. So the wind now blowing out to left at 8. And a beautiful night here. Yep. Reggie Smith at 277, 22 homers, and 82 RBI. Ball 4. So the first Dodger base runner is Smith. Drew a full count high and inside at 79, and there's one out for Baker. 279 homers and 61 RBI. Yeah, the bat boy for the Rangers scooped it up. Barry Bonds. I think he might have a future. I think you're absolutely right. Hit. What? And there's a balk. So Jenkins with the mixed umpiring crew didn't come to a stop. And now Red Sox fan points to second. So Reggie Smith will take the take the base. That's true. SC also stands for South Carolina. So the first pitch to Baker is a base hit left center field. And the ball should be big. Smith will round third, but Lasorda's going to hold him. Runners on the corners for Lee Lacy. At 282, 21 homers and 238 at-bats and 54 RBI. And the Dodger fans are already thinking it's 3-0. Pitch from Jenkins. Ground ball to Campaneris. Smith will try and score. Wills for one over to Hargrove. And that should and will retire the side. Be nice, Lorenzo. Be nice. Rules in effect. Gentlemen, you're a gentleman. So the Dodgers don't get anything. They ground into a double play. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 2, no score. So Beniquez at 239, 11 homers and 46 RBI. Pitch from Sutton. Struck him out. So 2 for Don. 2-2 fastball swung on and missed as we start the third. Here's Campaneris. They play for the bunt. 226 he hit in the replay. Much better. 3 homers and he drove in 46. One of the big reasons why the Rangers won the American League West. Pitch to Campy. Struck him out. So we got a good morning and a good afternoon as he chased a 1-2 out of the zone. So here's Hargrove, who's 0 for 1. Sutton first 9 and 28. 2 2/3 innings and 3 strikeouts. Up the middle, a base hit. So the Rangers finally have their first hit of the ball game. A 2-out single for Bump Wills, who's 0 for 1. The Rangers did not use their bullpen an awful lot in the ALCS, and so pretty much everybody's fresh. Pitch to Wills is a base hit right center field. Smith will pick it up. Hargrove goes to third, and with 2 out, the Rangers got something going for Al Oliver, who's 0 for 1. Just in case you wonder how these two teams split road home and away and within their own divisions, the Dodgers 49 and 32 at the friendly confines of Chavez Ravine. On the road, the Rangers went 46-34. Both are good road teams, and they both have not only identical regular season records, but they also have identical records within their own division. They both went 56-34 in their 90 games. Pitch to Oliver is popped up. Russell running, foul territory, makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third of game 1, no score. Vegas says the Dodgers. They're coming in with the experience of last year, but there's some money with Texas, I would think. Here's Monday at 261, 19 homers and 57 RBI. I think this series, regardless of who wins it, I think this series comes back to Los Angeles. I'm not thinking sweep. Pitch to Monday is a high fly ball to right. Bonds, that's going to be off the wall, and Monday's on with a double. So here's Yeager, 243, 9 homers, and 40 RBI. The Rangers not only took 2 or 3 in New York at Yankee Stadium, they're the only team in the playoffs to win 2 games in a row. Pitch to Yeager. There's a base hit into left field. Monday will score as Oliver misplayed it. I wonder if he got that caught in the lights. And so the Dodgers draw first blood. The throw missed the cutoff man, but Yeager, who has no speed, will hold. So 1-0 Dodgers. And here's Lopes. He's 0 for 1. So Jenkins, 37 pitches through 9 batters. 2+ innings, 3 hits and a walk. So Yeager, again, not known for his offensive prowess, drives in the first Dodger run. Pitch to Lopes. There's a liner. It's going to go all the way to the wall in right field. Hargrove got a bad jump. Yeager will round third and hold. And the Dodgers are making all sorts of noise off of Jenkins here in the third. So here's Russell. He's 0 for 1. Pitch to Ross. Base hit right field. Bonds gets a bad jump. Yeager scores. Lopes will score. 3-0 Dodgers. So here's Say. He's 0 for 1. So Russell with a 2-run double. Yeah, some jitters for sure. And don't forget, the Rangers really just kind of celebrated on the flight all the way across the country. And they were, even if they teetotaled it all the way, were really just a tired ball club. They didn't get out of Kennedy until about 9:30 last night. Had the long flight across the country, landed in Los Angeles at about 3 o'clock this morning. Got to their hotel, the Beverly Wilshire, at about 5 o'clock. And had to be here for about 1 o'clock with the 5:15 first pitch. So Say 0 for 1. Pitch struck him out. So 1-2 looking. And there's finally one out here in the third for Garvey, who's 0 for 1. Remember, noontime Eastern start tomorrow, game 2. And technically it would be a night game on Wednesday the 11th. Pitch to Garvey. Ground ball to Campaneris, and he tags out Russell. Russell went running, and Campaneris, who played a very steady shortstop against the Yankees, makes the tag, and there's 2 out. It's for Reggie Smith, who walked his first time up. So certainly jitters and maybe a hangover or 2 for the Rangers. Pitch to Smith. Ball 4. So Jenkins going on regular rest. In fact, the full 4 days. He pitched game 2 in Arlington, Of course, the travel day to New York, and then the 3 games in New York. So, just a normal start for him. Dusty Baker singled his first time up. 3-0 Dodgers, 2 out, bottom of the third. Pitch to Baker. Here's a ground ball to Hara. Goes over to Hargrove, and that will retire the side. But the Dodgers get 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. They leave a couple on after 3. 3-0 Los Angeles. So Bobby Bonds, who struck out his first time up, will face Sutton here to start the 4th. In the real series with the Yankees, the Dodgers won the first 2, including the late innings dramatics in the 9th of Game 2, where Bob Welch struck out Reggie Jackson. And then Reggie and his magic hip got in the way in New York, and the Yankees won 4 straight. Pitch to Bonds. Got him again! An 0-2 looking for strike 3. So 1 out for Zisk, who's 0 for 1. Sutton wasn't very happy that he was held till Game 3 of the NLCS. Jim Murray and a couple others in the Times and the Orange County Register happened to mention it. But with the way that the LCS went, Sutton gets the call in Game 1 of the World Series. But I would imagine that your Game 3 starters, Matlack and Hooten, would be your Game 7 starters. Pitch to Zisk. Ball 4. Billy Hunter's keeping an eye on what Sutton's doing with the baseball. Here's Sundberg, who's 0 for 1. Billy Hunter came in the latter half of the 77 season for the Rangers, was their manager, amassed a pretty good record, got the Rangers to within 5 games of first place in real life in 78, and got fired on the last day of the season. And Pat Corrales finished the season. Billy Hunter never managed in the majors ever again. Well, you're not going to fire Billy Hunter after this, are you? Sundberg's 0 for 1. There goes Zisk to throw down the Lopes, and Ritchie is out. So again, the Rangers starting to press. 2 out and a 1-strike count. You don't want to make Don Sutton's job any easier. Pitch to Sundberg. In the left, but foul. And somebody from Anaheim made that catch. No balls and 2 strikes. Sutton deals. Into right, Smith, and somebody from Clovis, California, made that catch. It wasn't Reggie Smith. It's interesting because Ted Williams was the first manager in Ranger history. He came over from Washington when the team moved. I don't think he liked managing. I think he liked fishing. Al still with us? Yeah. When did Williams start working in spring training for the Red Sox? That's what he loved to do. He just taught hitting. Ted Williams would have been the best pitching coach. Our NBC reporters are talking with making teams in pro strategy football. Cool. Are looking at some of the scuff foul balls. Sundberg has an 0-2 count, and there's a liner to right. Smith is there, and that will retire the side. So Sutton, scuff ball or no, is doing his job. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-0 Dodgers. Ted said, and I'm quoting Al here, pitchers are the dumbest bastards. Then again, he never had to dig in against Don Drysdale, Nolan Ryan, or Bob Gibson. Here's Lacey. He grounded into a double play. Jenkins starts the 4th. A fly ball to right. Bonds in the corner. 1 out. Rick Monday doubled and scored his first time up. Part of that 3-run outburst in the third. Jenkins deals, and that ball is gone. So Rick Monday sends one down the line and right, and it's 4-0 Los Angeles. Ted would have relished the challenge. Much like Bobby's home runs against the Yankees in Game 5, that got out in a hurry. So here's Yeager. He singled, drove in Monday, and scored. As my nose itches. Pitch from Jenkins. Ground ball to Campy over to first for the out. So Al's doing some cooking. Now you can save him. Remember, it's a best of 7. Al's cooking up some football teams. I just wonder if it's a 1983 USFL. Something tells me Boston Breakers. Just saying. Here's Lopes. He's 1 for 2. Doubled and scored. So 18 batters deep for Fergie. 3 2/3 innings. 6 hits, 69 pitches. A home run this Monday. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Al didn't directly answer the question, but yes, something tells me about the Breakers. Pitch to Lopes. Struck him out. So fastball on the outside corner, but the damage is done. Yeager, a solo shot. We go to the 5th here in Game 1. 4-0 Dodgers. My nose still itches. So here's Toby Harrah. He's 0 for 1. Pitch to Toby. There's a line drive foul, third base side, and somebody from Oceanside made that catch. Al and I, tomorrow night, will tape the 1960s NFL Championship game. And I'm guessing that will premiere on Thursday. Toby, a 1-2 count. Here's a ground ball to Russell, and he'll hold on to it. So Russell decides he doesn't want to make a play there. Harrah was out of the box like a shot, and that will be a leadoff single. Third hit for the Rangers. Here's Beniquez. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Harris got speed. He's not going here, or he shouldn't go here. Struck him out. Beniquez swung on and missed a 2-2 at 82. That's 5 for Sutton. Not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, although he did have 3,000. Here's Campaneris. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Garvey and Say play for the bunt. And that one is posted into center field. Monday will get it. Throw to first. Harrah back. Oh! Al is making college teams with Heisman Trophy winners. Gino Torretta says, don't forget me. Everyone seems to forget poor Gino Torretta. Here's Mike Hargrove. He's 1 for 2. So Sutton threw 18 batters. 4 2/3 innings, 64 pitches, 3 hits. A walk and 5 strikeouts. Tommy Lasorda's happy. The O'Malleys are happy, and Lorenzo's happy. Pitch to Hargrove is a line drive left center field. Monday will pick it up. Harrah rounds third and scores. Hargrove for 3. He's in there. So the Rangers get on the board, and it's 4-1 Los Angeles for Bump Wills. So Hargrove, who really struggled the first 4 games against the Yankees, came to life in Game 5 and drives in the first Ranger run in World Series history. Pitch to Wills is a little ground ball to Lopes. Over to Garvey. And that will retire the side. You're going to get another commercial because I can do that now. Halfway home in Game 1 of the Fall Classic. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. The Dodgers 4, the Rangers 1. Yeah, you're down with MGD, yeah. You know me. Tell me what it's all about. Retro Sports Network presents the 1978 World Series. Oh, by the way, that's a 90-point type. Tonight, Game 1 of the World Series from Dodger Stadium. The American League champion Texas Rangers and the National League champion Los Angeles Dodgers. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalToDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else, fine podcasts are listed. Well, let's tell you how we got here. The Dodgers, that's right. You're my wingman tonight, Todd. The Dodgers get 3 in the third. Yeager with an RBI single to score Monday. And then Billy Russell double home 2 to make it 3-0. Then Monday with a home run in the fourth to make it 4-0. And then Mike Hargrove got the Rangers on the board with an RBI triple to score Toby Harrah. So 4-1, Jenkins 6 hits through 4 in Game 1. Ferguson Jenkins, understandably nervous, his first ever World Series game. 4 runs all earned. Don Sutton, 5 innings, 4 hits, and the lone run coming in the 5th. Saw a video of Bo Jackson explain to some kid who he was. He's so humble. He really is. He nonchalantly mentioned he played pro football and baseball and that he won something called the Heisman. The kid was clueless. Was it Joe? And Todd responds, the kid probably said, I put Heisman on my bologna sandwiches.
My cat's breath smells like cat food.
Billy Russell had that big 2-run double, as we said, in the third, which made it 3-0 Dodgers. Jenkins starts the 5th, the ground ball to Harrah. He'll go across the way to Hargrove. 1 out for Ron Cey, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. You know, some Notre Dame quarterback by the name of Teasman had his name changed his senior year, so it would sound like Heisman, so that voters would not confuse Joe Theismann with Heisman. True story. And it worked out so well for Joey T, he went to the Argos. When we dinosaurs die, all of our gaming stuff is going to the dumpsters. Yep, that's right. So, Al's nodding. Pitch to Cey. There's a line drive to Harrah. Oh, what a stop. Stab by Toby Harrah. 2 out for Garvey, who is 0 for 2. So Oliver, Bonds, and Zisk. I don't know. I mean, APA's been around since 1951. As long as sports exist, there'll be sports gaming. Pitch to Garvey. There's a ground ball to Hargrove. Tested to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. So the Dodgers go in order. Jenkins gets a clean inning. We go to the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's LA 4, Texas 1. Yeah, and 30 years later, it'll be discovered again like baseball cards. I know that companies like Strat and Omatic and stuff have had banner years. And in fact, someone commented in one of our recent Digital to Dice episodes that they knew somebody who bought some 60s stuff to play for Stratomatic. It'll come around. It all comes around again. This is the golden age of sports simming. The stream is not the golden age of it, but you know what I mean. Can't believe I had to restart the game. Al Oliver is 0 for 2. Pitch from Sutton. There's a line drive base hit right center field, and Oliver's on. So the Rangers have calmed down after going down 4-0, and here's Bonds. Oliver better not try to steal here. Bonds has struck out twice. Yep, Lorenzo's right. Someone's going to find a game in a time capsule and say, what's this? And then we can start the argument all over again. Who was better, Koufax or Marichal? Pitch to Bonds is a ground ball to Russell. Might be 2. Lopes for 1. Over to Garvey. And that is 2. So Sutton induced the double play. And now I'll bring up Richie Zisk, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch from Sutton. Here's a fly ball right field. Back goes Smith to the track, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th in game 1. Los Dodgers 4, Los Rangers 1. So Reggie Smith has walked twice. Baker and Lacey to follow. I think one of the advantages the Dodgers have in this series is that they actually have a legitimate DH to use in Lee Lacey. Normally, in this area, you get somebody to play the DH role, and it's just a glorified pinch hitter. But not Lacey. Hasn't done well tonight, so take it for what it's worth. Pitch to Smith is ball 4. So Jenkins has walked him for the 3rd time tonight. Here's Baker. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Runner on first. 4-1 Dodgers, bottom of the 6th. A run on 5 hits, no errors, and 4 left on. The Dodgers 4 runs, 6 hits, an error, and they've left on 3. Struck him out. Swung on and missed an off-speed pitch on a full count. For Lacey, who's 0 for 2. And grounded into a double play. Jenkins deals. Struck him out! So we got a good morning and a good night. A 75-mile-an-hour curveball swung on and missed. And now I'll bring up Monday, who's 2 for 2 in this World Series. He has doubled and homered. So he's halfway to a cycle. Runner on first is Smith, and he'll get back. Sundberg, Hara, and Beniquez for the Rangers. Ground ball to Hara. He goes across to first. Monday's chugging, and he beat it out. So Monday's got the single, and he should get up one more time. Rick Monday has a chance for a cycle. All right, smart fans watching, how many cycles have there been in World Series history? That's an honest question. I don't know. Yeager, 1 for 2. An RBI and a run scored. So the infield hit. So 7th one for the Dodgers tonight. Up the middle, a base hit. Reggie Smith will score. Monday goes to 3rd. And it's now 5-1. I don't ever remember, Todd, there being a World Series cycle. So I'm guessing none as well. So Monday on 3rd, Yeager on 1st. We'll let the computer decide when he's done with Jenkins. Although, for 27 batters, 107 pitches, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, a home run. He walked 3 and struck out 4. Lopes 1 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and a strikeout. I would think so, that somebody would have talked about it. I mean, there's only been the one World Series no-hitter, and that's Larson in 56. You would Obviously, I would think with all the playoffs now that somebody would have hit into a cycle at some point in the postseason. Pitch to Lopes. There's a line drive to Campaneris. He leaps and robs the Dodgers of a run. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th of Game 1. The Dodgers 5, the Rangers 1. So Sutton cruising along for a complete game. Here's Sundberg. He's 0 for 2. Hara and Beniquez coming up. Pitch to Sundberg. There's a fly ball to right, and that will be caught. So Smith snags that one out of the stands. Talk about your home cooking. 1 out for Toby Hara. Wikipedia says none in the World Series. Okay. Here's Toby Hara. He is 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. Ball 4. No, I think for something like that, that would be right. I can't remember one. No one else is saying, come on, don't you remember when Lou Blue did it in the 24 World Series for the Washington Senators? How could you forget that? Lou Blue also went on to write Blue Moon because you saw him standing alone. Beniquez is struck out both times up. Throw to first. Hara is back. Oh, and Blue Hawaii. That's right. Pitch to Beniquez. There's a fly ball to left. Baker in the corner, and he will make the catch. Hara back to first. 2 out for Campaneris. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And, of course, Lou's favorite song, Blue Christmas. Co-sung by one Elbow Parsley. Pitch to Campy is a little ground ball to Russell. He'll flip it to Lopes for the force. Stretch time, 5-1. Well, Nancy Dell is going to like her couple nights of television for sure. Terry Steinbach, this would be like Rick Monday hitting a cycle, Todd. 1 postseason cycle in the ALCS, I'm hearing from Mr. Forsberg. Russell 1 for 3. He doubled home 2 runs in the 3rd. Jenkins starts the 7th with a base hit into right field. That's going to get past Bonds, and Russell's on with another double. Now bring up Say, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. It'd be like David Ortiz hitting for the cycle, you know? Pitch to Say is a ground ball to Campaneris. Russell stays put. Throw to Hargrove for the out. So here's Garvey. He's 0 for 3. Bonds left his glove in Arlington. Or Yankee Stadium. Like I said, I think Texas is in the process of sobering up after that fun flight west. They win tomorrow, they're in pretty good shape. You know, the road team always just wants a split. You only got to win 1 on the road anyway, provided you win all the games at home. Pitch to Garvey is popped up. Sundberg to the screen, and we'll do it again. 1-2 the count. The last time, by the way, that a new team made the World Series, and we're talking about 1978, we're not talking about all the expansion since, was 1969. It was the New York Mets. They started in Baltimore. Tom Seaver lost Game 1, and we know how the rest of it happened. Pitch to Garvey. Right back up the box. Jenkins over to Hargrove for the out. And there's 2 out for Reggie Smith. Reggie's walked all 3 times today. So Nick Ahmad for Arizona hit for the cycle. Was that in an LCS? Obviously, that would have been an NLCS. Pitch to Smith. Struck him out. So Jenkins got him to swing and miss. And that will retire the side. We go to the 8th, 5-1 Los Angeles. So Sutton, 27 batters, 92 pitches. 7 innings, 5 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 5. Hargrove had a triple his last time up and scored the lone Texas run. Into right, Smith, 1 out. Here's Bump Wills. He's 1 for 3. Dodgers can blunt him and his speed. I think they're in pretty good shape. Pitch to Bump. Struck him out. He swung on and missed. So that's 6 for Sutton. When was his dad manager of the Mariners? 79? 80? Maury obviously in attendance for this one tonight. Brock Holt did it for Boston. I should have known that. What a bad Red Sox fan I am. I'm not like Al. Al would have known that. Here's Oliver. He's 1 for 3. 2 outs here in the 8th. And there's a base hit into right center field. So Reggie Smith will pick it up. 2 out single for Bonds, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. That's why we called him the Brock Star. But it doesn't look like there was any cycles in the postseason history coming into this in 78. Pitch to Bonds. Little ground ball to Russell. He's going to go to Lopes for the out, and that will do it. So Doc Medic, who did not pitch in the ALCS, gets an inning here. He went 9-8 in the replay with a 4.92 ERA, 157 in the third innings, 183 hits, 9 homers, 63 walks, and 62 strikeouts. Medic, a fly ball pitcher and a fastball pitcher at 86. He did work some bullpen. Remember, the computer does not know we're playing a postseason series. Todd B. ordered a Sam Horn jersey and used it as a bedspread. It was so big. Trying to join the old Sons of Sam Horn message board was kind of like filling out, a 1040 long form. Just ridiculous. First cycle was in 1882. Well, that wouldn't have been in the playoffs. Pitched a Baker's 1 for 3. He singled and struck out. And there's a fly ball to right. Bonds is there, 1 out. So here's Lee Lacy, 0 for 3 with a strikeout and grounded into a double play. Lorenzo's, I think, already dipping into that champagne. Pitch to Lacy. Struck him out. 0-2 inside at the knees and 2 out for Monday, who is going to probably be our digitalized player of the game. All right, he hit 2 triples in the replay and 1 in real life. And so let's see if Monday can hit for the cycle in a World Series game. Pitch, ball 4. So we set that one up like an 11-year-old at Christmas. There's no Santa Claus. I'm sorry. Here's Yeager. Yeager's had a pretty good ball game. 2 for 3. He singled twice, driven in 2, and scored a run. Medic deals. Ground ball to Wills. Campaneris, and that will retire the side. Went for the easy 4s. So Sutton going to go for the complete game here. We go to the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors. It'll be Zisk, Sundberg, and Hara for the Rangers. Richie is 0 for 2 with a walk. Into right, 1 out. Here's Sundberg. He's 0 for 3. Well, the rest of your... Lorenzo's on record for a sweep. What do you guys think? Pitch to Sundberg. into center field. Monday, 2 out. And we're down to the last chance saloon being Toby Harrah. 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and scored. So Todd B says Dodgers in 6. I think that's quite plausible. Pitch to Harrah. Popped up. Russell. And the Dodgers win game 1. That was pretty easy. So the Dodgers win this one 5-1. I'm thinking Dodgers in 6. I think it comes back. No problem, Al. So Don Sutton throws a 6-hitter in game 1. Allows a run. It was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6 through 118 pitches. And Lorenzo, he had plus stuff, and it looked like he had plus stuff. Really good outing for Don Sutton. Ferguson Jenkins, 7 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. The homer. He walked 3 and struck out 5. Rick Monday is your player of the game. A double, a single, a homer, 3 for 3. Minute goes pretty well. He walked a batter, but that. So my apologies for putting in the wrong pitcher and restarting, but Dodger fans will take that. Tomorrow at noon Eastern Time, live on Twitch.tv, it will be Doyle Alexander for the Rangers and Bob Welch for the Dodgers. No, I put together the lineups and I just clicked on the wrong one. Completely my fault. Jenkins was in the slide. Jenkins is what I'd figured would go the rest of the way. We had actually played most of the top of the first. I looked over and saw Matlack's name. You're not supposed to be here. So that was it. And thankfully for Lorenzo and myself, that Texas did score 17 runs in the first after we restarted. All right, so there you go. Noon Eastern tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific for Game 2. Dodgers lead the series 1-0 and win this one 5-1. I could see Tommy doing that. We'll talk to you tomorrow at lunch. Have a good one. So long, everybody, and good night.